Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Intan Puspita Ningrum. Here I will present about my proposal skripsi with title An Analysis of Grammatical Errors in Writing Narrative Text of the 11th grade students of SMA Citra Bangsa Mandiri Purwokerto in academic year 2018 and 2019. Chapter 1 Introductions. Since English language is considered as an international language universally, it has been an important tool language to master by some countries. There have been some countries adopt English language as their second language. On the other hand, there have been some which also consider as their foreign language. It is needed to know that language is divided into two categories. Those are spoken language and written language. Spoken language are made up of different sounds. Meanwhile, written language are made of sign called letters which are used to represent the different sounds of which spoken language are composed. Writing requires many important aspects to support it, such as grammar, vocabulary, style, technique, etc. Writing is one of the significant main English skills. In writing, students can express their feelings, ideas, thought, and opinion. The statement following is a tribute to the Chinese philosopher Confucius continues to be patiently applies equally to the writing. As the Chinese philosopher's statement, Canadian Association of Fire Safe Book, if what is said is not what is meant, then what ought to be done remain undone. According to the writer's experience for 2 months in doing teaching practice in SMA Citra Bangsa Mandiri Purwokerto, the researcher involved in handling one class to give course of study especially for writing. It aimed to follow the narrative writing contest that was organized by the school once a year. During the process of giving the learning and training, the writer found the students' error in writing narrative text. Related to the experience, the writer is motivated to conduct the study which analyze error in grammatical aspects, especially in writing. The writer believes the errors can serve evidence of the creativity of learning process. They are considered helpful for the teachers because the students' error will show the problem faced by their student and learning English, how far they have learned, or what remains for them to learn. Further, the students' error are also useful for the writer in providing evidence of how language is learned acquired. Finally, it's very important to students to make them aware of their own errors. 2. Statement of the problem. Related to the problem explained previously, this has encouraged the writer to seek answer of questions up as follows. 1. What are the types of grammatical errors faced by students in writing their narrative text? 2. What are the most dominant grammatical errors faced by the students in writing their narrative text? Next, purpose of the study. This research has two main purposes to attain, definitely as related to the statement problems. 1. To describe the students' error in writing their narrative text. 2. To identify the most dominant error faced by the student in writing their narrative text. And next, scope and limitation. The study focused on the grammatical errors, both morphological and syntax error, which occurred in the student's narrative text consists 20 papers. In conducting the study, the writer involves one class, the 11th grade students of SMA Citra Bangsa Mandiri Purwokerto, as the research about subject of the study. And next, significance of the study. By concluding the study, it is extremely expected that the result of the study will be able to help the teacher in teaching English materials, especially in writing narrative text. Moreover, particularly is study is expected to help the students know and understand their error while they are writing narrative text. Not only that, after knowing understanding their error is in writing, they will be expected to motivate to correct their errors. Generally, for the readers, the result of this study is able to increase the reader's knowledge based now on what is the research has proven. And also, as the writer, the study expected able to give a benefit for the other research feature. Next, Chapter 2, Theoretical Review. Error. Definition of error. Error is noticeable deviation from the adult grammar of a native speaker reflecting the interlingual content of the learner. From the definition above, the research concludes the error can happen in process language second learning. Error is part of varied language learning process by math students cause of lack understanding in target language rules. 2. Definition as mistakes. Mistake is definition from error. According to Brown, in order to analyze a learning language, a mistake refers to a performance error that is either a random guess or slip, seen as a failure to use a now system correctly. 3. The difference of error and mistake. An error is different from mistake, but they a little bit have same meaning. According in Lenggo Miftahul Jannah, a mistake is performance error, which is either random guess or a slip, failure to utilize a now system correctly. An error is noticeable deviation from an adult grammar of a native speaker reflecting to interlanguage competence of the learner. From this definition above, it is clear the error and mistake are different. 4. Definition of error analysis. Based on definition above, error analysis is a branch of applied linguistics that consists of set procedures for identifying, describing, and explaining errors, and it can be a way to know the error made by students and where the teacher and observe, analyze, and classify it to reveal something of the system operating within a learner. And next, kind of error. Kind of error is there is 4. 1. Omission. 2. Addition. 3. Misformation. 4. Misordering. Writing. 1. Definition of writing. Writing is one of the 4 language skills besides listening, speaking, and reading. In the process of writing, students need to have enough idea, organize them well, and express them in appropriate style. 2. Purpose of writing. There is 7 purpose of writing. 1. Assignment purpose. 2. Altruistic purpose. 3. Persuasive purpose. 4. Informational purpose. A. Self-expansive purpose. F. Creative purpose. And G. Problem-solving purpose. Component of writing. There is 5 component writing. That is 1. Content. B. Organization. C. Vocabulary. D. Grammar. And A. Mechanic. And then types of the text. Types of the text is 2. 1. Descriptive text. 2. Narrative text. And previous related study. The last previous study that researcher used is an analysis of grammatical error in writing narrative text done by the second semester at the Diploma Program English Department in Erlangga University, Surabaya. Qualitative method is used in this study. Based on the analysis error conducted, the study found the errors regarding verb group and domains error. And then Chapter 3, Research Methodology. 1. Research Design. The research employ qualitative method. B. Place and time of the research. The researcher will conduct this research at SMA Citra Bangsa Mandiri Purwokerto, which is located in Tanjung Purwokerto Selatan, Banyumas, Jawa Tengah. The researcher is conducting the research at this school from 1 to 5 April 2019. Data and data search. Data. 1. Data. The data of this research are the exercise writing text of this research all 10, the 11th grade of student of SMA Citra Bangsa Mandiri Purwokerto. C. Data and data search. 1. Data. The data of this research are the exercise writing of text of his research all the 10th grade students of SMA Citra Bangsa Mandiri Purwokerto. 2. Data search. The data search is form of exercise writing text. D. Technique of collecting data. To get the data, the researcher used test. Test is done once. Finally, the errors that have been collected were analyzed to determine the types of error after by following coordinate theory. A. Technique of analysis data. The technique used in this research is an error analysis. Based on the procedure for error analysis that Gus and Selinker suggested, there are basically stages in error analysis. 1. Identify errors. 2. Classify errors. 3. Quantify errors. And D. Analysis of cause. In analyzing the data, the research using presentation correction by formula. I think enough. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.